What's up? We're going to be breaking down the polling analysis or the electoral college map by MSNBC, CNN, Fox, and let me say, I guess ABC News. Watch the analysis here.
While the new shock results Iowa poll from pollster Ann Selzer has been blowing up everybody's news feeds, and for good reason, it is just one poll, and we should put it in the context of what's going on more broadly in the polling as we're getting in the final polling before Election Day, including the big new poll from NBC News today. The top line of that one is that it's a tie, 49 for Harris, 49 for Trump, even as the NBC poll shows a nation
34 points. The previous high in history was 24 points. So this would absolutely...
What the fuck? Tell me how Kamala Harris is leading by black voters while she's trailing men by 18. What?
Shatter any historical record when it comes to the gender gap. Then there's this interesting issue of you've got an incumbent administration that Harris is a
Yeah, President job approval. She's going to lose this election, and I like it.
Part of. Joe Biden's final approval rating in our poll is going to clock in at 41%. And obviously that low approval rating is one of the reasons there were Democrats who were anxious to get Biden out of this race earlier this year. Harris, part of that administration. How much is that weighting her down here? And then Trump himself, the approval rating for a former president seeking to become a...
Okay, I actually saw that Iowa poll by Selzer and Co. and it shows Trump trailing Harris by 3 points. But they're the same polls that has Trump leading nationally. That makes no sense.
accurately any predict would be in Iowa. Next to that is what the actual result was on Election Day. And as you can see, if you look at the Senate and presidential races since 2012, her poll has accurately predicted Selzer. Basically, you're going to think I'm kidding, but the presidential race appears to be tied in South Carolina. Yes, I said South Carolina, not North Carolina. South Carolina.
Smart politicians trust the voters, not the polls.
And this is a Democratic poll.
Poll out of Iowa today. Again, a little bit closer, but a 4-point lead for Hillary Clinton. This is supposed to be a ripe target for Donald Trump. He had his convention. He's had chances here. He was out there for the caucuses earlier this year. He is still trailing in this poll in Iowa. Closer. He could turn it around. But again, for right now, is Donald Trump ahead in Iowa? Not in this poll.
CNN projects Donald Trump will win the state of Iowa.
Quinnipiac University poll.
This is perhaps the second hardest part of. This is perhaps the second.
To even get Iowa at that point, to even get Iowa within 3, she's going to have to do significantly better with white working class voters and white college graduates as well. Like, she's going to have to do significantly better. And at that point, she would win the state by 3. She would win nationwide by 13 or 14 points. Michigan would go to her by 13. Wisconsin would go to her by 11. Pennsylvania would too. There's no universe where that's happening. South Carolina would flip. Alaska would flip. Florida would be blue. Texas would be blue. This is not happening. If it does,
This is the woman of that Selzer and Co. poll that says Trump is trailing Harris by 3. Look at how biased she is. She's a woman. She's obviously talking with MSNBC Rachel Maddow bias.
Precious.